Welcome to MIST Power BI integration overview. So to manage Power BI reporting with MIST, obviously you need to have your access to MIST platform. So in this example, we're using MIST RTO Manager. And also you need to have a Power BI Pro account, which would allow you to publish the reports into your nominated workspaces or dashboard. So let's have a look how you can configure Power BI within MIST. So within admin, there is Power BI configuration section. So there are a couple of different ways that the Power BI configuration happens. So if you've got a multi-factor authentication, so there is a OAuth process. If you've got a legacy system, you can use password authentication. So one of the things that you need to do is you need to have tenant ID, client ID, your secret, and workspace ID initially in order to set up your credentials within MIST in order to connect with your Power BI, your engine. So obviously, your dashboarding mechanism in Power BI. So this is something that you will be able to get access through Azure portal. And for that, you need to get in touch with your system administrator who manages your Active Directory services in Azure. That is something can be provided during the setup process. We can guide you on that. So obviously, once you have added your tenant ID, client secret, the workspace ID is an important one. This is where all your reports appears. So within your workspaces, you can create your workspace. So obviously, I've created RTOM dashboard workspace. So when you see your workspaces, you will see the top section which says which provides the workspace ID. So that's the workspace ID that you're going to enter it over here. So once the workspace information is entered, and you can save, and of course the next step is to authorize the credentials to ensure that your credentials are authorized. And then once your credentials are authorized, you would need to sign in with your Power BI account to be able to give access for MIST to push the data set to Power BI. Once that is done, then you can generate token. So once the token is generated successfully, you're ready to push any reports within MIST RTO Manager platform to your Power BI workspace. So let's have a look at an example. So let's see on the report section. So I've got one report over here, for example, get aged receivables report. So that report provides all the aged receivables that is there, the fees that has to be collected from the students. So once you run a report, you will see that if your Power BI integration is activated within your MIST RTO Manager platform, then you would be able to see that icon. And that would allow you to send the data to Power BI. When you send the data to Power BI, this is the information that notification that you will receive, and that means the data has been pushed successfully. Now this data you will then be able to view under your workspace under your data set. So in their data set, we're looking at aged receivables data set, as you can see here, and obviously that provides a list of fields that comes along with that report. So if I were to look at the campus and the course information, and obviously the money, the payment that is due against a particular campus and course, I could simply select that options. And of course, you've got various mechanisms within, you can summarize, you can move, you can do conditional formatting. So that's more from a Power BI process point of view. So let's have a look at the data. So the data can provide which campus, which course payment due. You can also choose to bring your course type information. So again, you can define where the data set needs to appear. so you can bring the payment due towards the end so that your figure comes accordingly. So once you've got this data set, so of course you can save it, but you can also choose to represent the data in a different graphical format. Now this is obviously the example, the mechanism that Power BI provides. So you can choose to represent the data in more graphical format by selecting a particular type of chart that may be useful, and the data reflects accordingly. So you may choose to then take that option of campus or course and just get the data based on the type of the course type, and then what sort of data that representation it can have. So using the data set that is brought back from Meshed, you will then be able to produce the report dashboard, and you can have multiple dashboards. You can copy this dashboard and have another dashboard related with campus, another dashboard based on the course. So the same data representation can be represented in different formats. So once you have done that, obviously there is also automation available within Meshed. So what the automation does is, if your Power BI integration is enabled, you can then select the report and put that automation to be able to be pushed at a particular process. So if you're looking at a certain data set, and then you say you want to push a report of all the payment due, and then you can also say from which date to the current date, or you can add to automation. So based on the automation frequency and the data set that you have pushed, then they automatically reflect the data. So you can review that representation data in your dashboard as per your need. You can also, using your Power BI Pro account, you can also use your Power BI desktop. So that's another tool app that you can download into your desktop. And again, that also representation data that you can represent in your Power BI desktop app as well. So you can obviously do the representation onto the web with your login, with your Power BI Pro login, or you can represent the data within your Power BI desktop app, which you can open every day and essentially have a look at how the data, latest data reflects within your dashboards. So to give you an overview, Meshed platform enables you to manage your data, sending your data to your Power BI through the integration, and obviously the reporting aspects, the data that is there within your Meshed platform can be pushed to your Power BI dashboard and then reflect that into report of your choice, and data can be reflected periodically. Thank you for watching.